All right, time to dive into my favorite picks from each round of the 2026 NFL Draft. Head down to the description if you want to see my selections from drafts past. Starting with the first round, tons of good picks. I liked a lot of the picks that were made, but man, this feels like a slam dunk. Caleb Downs going 11th overall to the Dallas Cowboys. Downs has been one of the best defenders in all of college football since he stepped onto the scene as a true freshman at Alabama, and he's a perfect fit for what Dallas wants to do. He'll play safety, he'll play some nickel. They want to defend the run and just do a lot defensively in sub personnel, 5 or 6 defensive backs. So he's going to be a perfect fit for them defending the run as a nickel, being able to range over the top. Love Downs going 11th overall. Moving on to the second round, it's another Ohio State Buckeye coming off the board with defensive tackle Caden McDonald being drafted by one of the top 3 defenses in the entire NFL, man. This is a defensive unit that does not have many weaknesses. So adding in a guy like McDonald to a defense that gave up some interior runs last year, that had some interior leakage against the run, he can control 2 gaps, open up opportunities for Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter along the edge, free up plays for the linebackers. He's going to be a perfect fit for a very, very strong defense. All right, moving into the third round, again, this was a really tough decision to make between Markel Bell coming off the board, Sam Rouse coming off the board right after Markel Bell, Oscar Delp. 3 of my guys for this NFL draft. AJ Halsey went in the third round to Indy. I love a lot of those picks, but man, I got to go with Emmanuel Pregnon, who was another one of my guys in the NFL draft. I think it was insane value by Jacksonville. I think he's going to come in from day one and compete for a starting job. Love this pick. All right, now talk of the fourth round. Really, the third day overall was dominated by Las Vegas trading up to draft Tennessee corner Jamal McCoy with the first pick in the fourth round. That feels like a slam dunk for the best pick in the fourth round, but we just don't know how healthy he is yet. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know how healthy or healthy he isn't, but obviously there was a reason he fell into the fourth round. So we'll see. I love the pick by them, obviously taking a chance on a guy who does have these health questions, but there's no denying the talent. Guys like Bryce Lance, Will Lee, and another one of my guys, Bryce Betcher, came off the board in the fourth round, but we're going to go with Keontae Scott, the nickel from the University of Miami. I think he has day one starting potential as a nickel with his ability to defend the run, to blitz, rush the passer, do all those things. I think it's going to allow them to maybe push Jacob Parrish out to the perimeter to be an outside corner, slide Keontae in to be a nickel. Todd Bowles in this defense, it's an aggressive defense. They want to be in your face. They want to bring pressure and blitz and be stout against the run, and he is going to fit that to a T. I think that they drafted a starter in the fourth round. All right, moving on to the fifth round, we know how much harder it's going to get to find true starters, true impact contributors the later we get into the NFL draft, but I got to start here with Carolina, with Sam Heck, Kansas State center, man. I think that this dude has legitimate starting center potential in the NFL, and he went to a franchise that doesn't really have a long-term starting center, so I think this could be a great fit, a great marriage, a chance for him to learn, develop, and become that starting center. And our second pick is going to be Cyrus Allen, who got drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs. I love this for 2 reasons. We know that Kansas City knows how to use receivers, and B, we know that they need a guy like Cyrus Allen. They need receiver depth just overall, in general. They need to continue developing that receiving core, that receiver room. We don't know what the long-term future is going to look like. It's a little murky with guys that they've drafted, some of the developmental plans. So I love Cyrus Allen. He's twitchy, he's fast, he can create separation both before the catch and after the catch. I think he's going to be a great fit for what they want to do in the passing game. All right, that's going to bring us to the sixth round where we're going to double up again, starting with Duke offensive tackle Brian Parker, drafted by Cincinnati. So I love this pick because while he was a college offensive tackle, there's a lack of arm length there that's probably going to push him inside to center or guard, but he's got the skill set for that. He's quick, he's athletic. I think he can really make an impact as a move piece. There's a real opportunity where Cincinnati drafted a future interior starter along the middle 3 with Parker. Our second pick is going to be Georgia Tech defensive tackle Jordan Vandenberg, who's drafted by the Chicago Bears. And look, this dude right here is the most athletic defensive tackle in the entire NFL draft class. He's older, he's a little bit light on production. That's why he falls into the 6th round, almost into the 7th round. He's probably not going to be a starter. I don't know how much starting upside he really has, but he's super athletic. I love the dart throw by the Chicago Bears to continue building out that defensive line room. This is the type of guy you want to bet on late in the rounds, a super athletic defensive tackle that probably will be able to give you some sort of production. All right, rounding things out in the 7th round, we're going to again double up, starting with Oklahoma wide receiver Deion Burks being drafted by the Indianapolis Colts late in the 7th round. I mean, he was almost Mr. Irrelevant, but I love this pick. He's lightning in a bottle. He's a dynamo. He's a little on the smaller side. He is a smaller wide receiver, but this dude can really go, can really run. I love what they can do with the ball in his hands, and going to a place like Indy, who's had success with receivers like this, man, I love the dart throw. I love the opportunity for him. And to cap things off, it's going to be Kansas State safety VJ Payne, who's a shade over 6'3", a little over 200 pounds, nearly 34-inch arms. I mean, special teams impact is written all over this dude. He was drafted by the New York Jets. I think there's a real opportunity for him, like I said, to make that impact on special teams and parlay that into a playable, productive career in the NFL.